Probably crack that salted caramel and see what it do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Put that on my cast. Let them know I'm in there.
Salted
like
caramel. That shit sounds so good.
Man, I hope it is. I don't like nothing too sweet, but hey.
Yeah.
That's a sweet pudding pie, if you know what I mean.
Bro, I'm still tripping about Denver Broncos though, bro. Like, I
4-11.
thought when they went and got Russell, that they was really gonna do the damn thing.
Thought it was on the up and up, huh?
But
me too. What
they went through so many quarterbacks and coaches, and they had I think his name was Vic Fangio, whatever his name is. They had him. He was defensive minded. Defense has been cold.
Mm-hmm.
But then they went and got this Nathaniel Hackett. I feel like they always trying to go get these quarterback whisperers or these offensive coordinators that are supposed to be gurus, and then they don't turn out to be shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you ask me, Nathaniel Hackett's a failure. So is my man out in Arizona, Cliff Kingsbury. They get these hotshot young coaches. They all try to go out and get Sean McVay, and get the same success that he got, but that's not happening for all of them.
And they got.
Why do you think that is, bro? Like, why do they think they got to go out and get this young, white, hotshot offensive coordinator?
Because just like we talked about earlier in the young folks and this microwave society, instant results. If you show one flash of greatness, that's got to be for everything. Meaning, if they could do it once, they must be able to duplicate that. Right. Some people are flash in the pan, one hit wonders. A lot of people put out a hit album, hit record, and then crickets. You don't hear or see them again.
So why do you don't think like a Mike Tomlin, who has had success for a long period of time, why don't they try to go hire another coach that is kind of the embodiment or symbolizes what Mike Tomlin is? Another black coach, if you will.
Man, they need to be trying to get somebody that came up under them, or when you've been fishing in the same pond and you keep getting them same ass results, go fish somewhere else. Give somebody else a shot. Stop being scared to change the envelope.
You gotta look at it too. The owners are predominantly white. Most of them are white, except Shad Khan, he is the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think
he's the only minority owner, isn't he?
What's that?
Ain't he the only minority owner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my thing is, okay, if I'm a white owner and I'm trying to hire my next head coach, we all got biases, right? We all know who we comfortable with. These guys are going to hire somebody that talk, act, look like them. Yeah. So how are black coaches supposed to get their foot in the door when you got these white owners hiring the next hotshot white guy that they look at as somebody like their nephew or somebody that reminds them of their nephew or somebody they can relate to because they're white and they can talk that same language.
Good old boys club.
Good old boys club, man. I'm just so it sounds to me that we got to own our own teams if we expect to get more black coaches. More black head coaches.
Yeah, we 88% of the playing force, right? So we're the money force.
Yeah.
We're the worker bee, right?
We are the predominant.
Can't produce without the
workforce in the NFL.
Push the envelope. I know we've got the NFL Players League and some other organizations pushing.
Players Association, but NFLPA.
Even analysts have come out now and say the hiring process of where you got to interview a minority is a farce now. The way they're doing it is a farce. You know what I mean?
It's a joke. Nobody takes it serious because they also they say they incentivize these white owners to take black coaches by giving them extra draft picks.
Yeah.
But they don't care about those picks. They're gonna pick who they want. Man. This is $1 billion guy who has an ego. You think he gonna pick somebody just because you're gonna give him 2 extra picks? What are 2 extra picks to a billionaire?
Man, and I see a lot of people pointing the finger at Roger Goodell. You know what I mean? We talked about him the other day and finding out he had a black nephew and all these things. Just because he's the commissioner, he don't own them teams. They can force people out, but you can't just force somebody to sell their team. There's a lot of legal paperwork that goes into some of that.
Right.
Something you just can't take something somebody didn't work for and owned and all that. Regardless if we don't like the way they running it, it's theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To run the way they want. You could try to force them out, but it's so much, the paperwork thick on that stuff.
It takes so much, and there's a lot of public scrutiny. The court of public opinion has to vilify you enough to really get you and people to move as far as resources to get you out of there. Yeah. It got to be a collaborative effort, from all the other owners to vote on it. Look at Daniel Snyder from the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
He's about to sell the team because
the pressure's on. Ain't that what's happening with the Phoenix Suns?
Yeah.
Wasn't it they? And a good old Go Green Spartan is in the running for that. You know what I mean? Matt Ishaba putting the money down. That'll be 3 Spartans owning teams. Yeah, y'all win championships. We winning in life.
Y'all are winning in life as far as
y'all winning in life too. That's a joke.
No, man, no. I mean, you got somebody like that got that money and that capital that's been able to buy teams and really fund Mel Tucker's contract because we know that's what they did.
Yeah, now it comes out they only funded a quarter of it. I said, oh, they sneaky with the grip money.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the rest of it went to the weight room because they got a new weight room coming out.
Yeah, that's, man, that weight room going to be dope, man. They better get big because we got some things. We got some shit to work on.
Listen, Michigan State, don't let them fool you. Even though they had a rough year on the football gridiron and shit, I'm telling you right now, what they're building with Mel Tucker, the structure and discipline that he's trying to implement within that program. They had a rough year. I think everything that went wrong could have went wrong did go wrong this year. But I think with the new weight room, all the facility upgrades, Mel Tucker and what he's doing.
Yeah, they did well in recruiting too.
They're recruiting well. The best they've recruited at Michigan State ever. I mean, I've never seen them actually get 4 stars, and they've been getting them. And 3 stars, which for me is more about the development of that talent. That's going to be the key. That's somewhere I think you guys are kind of struggling. I don't want to get off topic here, but that's kind of where Michigan State right now is kind of struggling a little bit. But no, man, it just seems like right now with all these coaches, they're going after the hot shot young white guy. And
always. That's what they've been doing for years.
They've been doing it for years.
They can't break their bad habits. They look, it's a lot of stuff that going behind closed doors we don't see.
Yeah.
When all your brethren is looking at you 32, Jim, we don't give a fuck what you talking about with no nigger.
We don't fuck about that.
It's like my team. I want to do what I want. You want
they work in the field. We work up here.
Yeah, you want us to pull some shit? Because we'll pull support. And it ain't just NFL support. These guys got businesses outside of this.
Oh, man. I scratch your back. You scratch mine.
Yeah, they got stuff. They done shook hand. You do this for me. I do this for you.
Yeah.
So when you get to, well, man, I'm going to go hire my buddy. You know what I mean? Nah, we don't think you should give him a chance. Nah. Well, I want to. Nah, you remember when I did such and such for you? Yeah, made that go away when you was drunk driving, punked that girl, did all,
Man.
Shut up. Go on now. We said no. No, you're wrong.
It's one thing about this topic that has me thinking, because Nathaniel Thackett is the next guy to go down as a coach. Hackett, not Thackett, Hackett.
He's a hack, all right.
The disparity between the players and the owners as far as money. These are billionaire owners.
Man.
These players are millionaires at best.
That's it.
And then
they got a cap on theirs.
They got a cap on it. And they don't have guaranteed contracts like baseball, basketball, all these other sports.
Yeah.
Why don't they boycott? Why don't the players boycott and demand guaranteed contracts?
I don't know if they...
You got 70% on black.
Scared to ruffle that feather. Because, there's been instances where people have walked away from a sport and then they go get you ain't like them, but we got to keep making this money. Some money better than no money. I don't know.
People will watch replacement players?
Yeah, somebody
they did
will.
In the 80s.
Somebody will. That's the fucking thing. Somebody will. It's going to lose money, but they figure some money is better than no. I don't know if the players are scared. I don't know if they don't understand. I don't know if it just can't get signed. I don't know why they... don't make more of a effort. And I won't say they ain't making an effort. I don't know all the ins and outs of everything, but I can't believe that it's just like an uprising. Like we talk a race right, uprising of the slave. If all the slaves decide they ain't working, they might get beat, chopped, killed, and this and that, but you still ain't getting no produce popping.
Right.
Like, fuck them, forget that development. Does anybody watch CFL? Or Arena League a little bit, like
USFL.
NFL is the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? Like,
and I mean,
get the power to the people. The people got to take the power. We got to figure that out.
I think those younger players that don't make that guaranteed money, like Tom Brady, don't have those type of contracts. It's easy for somebody like a Tom Brady or I don't know a Pat Mahomes to do it, but why would they? Because they getting the money.
Man,
these dudes on the lower totem pole
making more money in advertisements and marketing than the league. So
enough guys I feel like won't come together because the big guys are already paid, and the little guys can't sacrifice the check they're already getting for a bigger thing. They're not gonna the bigger cause. They're not gonna do it. I just don't see it.
Our family got to eat, dog. I just bought this big ass crib for me, my mama, and the new car. Look, y'all boys go. You go on ahead and fuck with Master if you want. I got to get this check.
Right.
I ain't mad at y'all. You got to feed your families. but we got to put a little pressure on somewhere.
Gotta put
You
some
know
pressure.
what I mean? And what do our minority coaches need to do different to get more recognition? They need to stop taking some of these cast-off jobs, They need to figure out, they need to put the pressure on too. Like, man, how you just keep passing us over and flopping us here and flopping us there? The ones that have already made it and been at them spots,
Right.
man, y'all need to come together and help push this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and get these guys some recognition and something. Like
they
some
need
clout.
a union to speak on behalf of the black coaches, all black coaches. I
Yeah.
feel like if they had a union for every black coach within the NFL to advocate for certain things that they want to see, I think that would help. And I think if we had a plan, right? If I'm a black coach and I get hired as a head coach, once I get hired, I'm going to tell my boy A and boy B, I'm going to hire y'all as assistants.
Yeah.
So then when I end up, leaving or taking another position, they going to use y'all. Y'all going to be references. Y'all going to be referred first for the job.
Exactly. Bring
That's
your
what
people
Deion
up.
did at Jackson State.
Still got people getting hired, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he ain't just hiring a minority coach, he's mixing the staff up, but he definitely making sure
He
some MEAC coaches get chances, some SWAC coaches get, like, he putting people in places so they can, get the skill sets, or at least be recognized. May already have the coaching skill sets, but at least now I got it on my resume, you know what I mean? Which is a blessing, but we way behind. Still.
We only got how many black NFL coaches right now?
Let's get it technical. How many black NFL coaches? We gonna include the 51%.
I'm gonna say 3.
3. Let me see. Yeah, you 3. 3 of the 32 head coaches.
And I'm gonna name them: Mike Tomlin,
Mm-hmm.
Lovie Smith,
Wait a minute, talking about just black head coaches though, right?
black head coaches right now.
Love
in
me
the
back
NFL.
at the head of somebody. Wait a minute.
Mike Tomlin, Lovie Smith, and coach for Tampa Bay. What's his name?
Let me see.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles. Well, what about my man from Miami?
He got fired.
Oh, I forget that. Well, he was.
And then he put a suit out there. He's talking about the coach from last year. What was his name? Okay, he escapes me right now. He coached the Miami Dolphins last year, and they fired him. And he said he was fired and also not hired due to discrimination.
It's some
He coached for
discrimination,
Miami.
all right. Shit, who was the
Miami name?
Miami head coach?
According to Miami Dolphins, read the full post-game transcript
No,
from head coach Mike McDaniel's
he
press
was coach
conference
before
on
that.
Sunday, December 25th, 2022.
Previous Miami Dolphins head coach.
Here is information from Pro Football
Brian
History.
Flores.
Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Black coach, he got fired.
And then they bought.
And he said that the owner told him to tank so they could get the number 1 draft pick.
And that happens a lot, you know what I mean? I don't know why they think these number 1 draft picks is going to automatically boost you to the top of but we see that don't always work, you know what I mean?
No, Houston, Texas State getting the first pick. They don't do nothing. So.
And speaking of that new Miami, and there's no offense against the new Miami, the Miami Dolphins coach, but he don't really identify as black. He said it, you know what I mean? Because his father wasn't around. And,
Right.
You know what I mean? If you looked at him, you wouldn't know anyway, you know what I
Nah.
mean? It took me a minute, him and James Franklin Penn State.
Little
I'm
buddy.
like, man,
Webster,
they
he don't
Italian?
look-
They got a tint to him, but I don't know what it is.
Buddy don't look black. And he definitely don't identify as a black man.
Yeah, and that's
When
a
you look
damn
at him.
shame.
But that's just kind of tired of seeing the same old song
We
and
need
dance when
change,
it comes
man.
to black coaches not getting an opportunity. One of the most notable black coaches I know about right now is D'Amico Ryans. He is the defensive coordinator in San Francisco. Ain't nobody talking about, I mean, people are talking about him, but is he really going to be considered for a head coaching job? I mean, this dude has helped San Francisco's defense ball out the second half of the season. They've only given up, like, on average in the second half, like 7 or 14 points. He's
Why
not
don't he
giving up
deserve a
very
chance?
much.
Somebody else ain't done worse? That's like Mike Singletary. You didn't play in the NFL.
Played
He won
in-
multiple championships. He can't coach nobody.
And they said he
Brian
hasn't got a
Leftwich.
job since And I'm going to tell you what, everybody talk about Jim Harbaugh when he went to coach the San Francisco 49ers, but that blueprint and that team that was put together was by the previous GM, and it was by Mike Singletary. That team had the mentality already, and Harbaugh really, I think he just polished it up a little bit, but I felt like it was already built for it to be successful. They just got to give these guys more time to build what they're trying to do. Look at Mike Tomlin. When you give a guy an opportunity, now granted he had Ben Roethlisberger, but for him to be able to have the longevity that he's never had a losing season. Keep that in mind.
Nope.
He's been a coach how many years? 13, 14 years?
Yeah, he been out
The
there.
head coach?
Yeah.
And never
He
had a
been
losing
solid.
season.
And no drama on the side.
No drama on the side. Family man. I think the Steelers are 7-8 right now with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
They still have the potential to finish over 500 with a winning record. To me, Mike Tomlin should be the coach of the year just based off that.
Yeah, man.
Because the dude
Be in
is
consideration.
he is the poster child for longevity and success in the NFL.
Yes.
In the NFL, if y'all don't know, stands for not for long.
Man, that get you up out of there quick,
Man,
faster than
that's
a hurry. And if your brother coaching, you get out of there even quicker.
Man, if you a brother, they gonna get you out of there quick because they already expect you to be on that shit. Some tomfoolery.
Yeah, man, you came in here dancing and shit. You ain't about business. What you mean, motherfucker? You tripping? Like, come on now.
Man.
I'm with my dog. We doing what we do. We gonna get out here and get some dubs. You gotta produce. Don't get me wrong, but why can't we fail the same way you fail?
We can't, bro. They won't allow us to. They say we need experience. Now,
How
there's
about
other
experience
situations.
if you don't give me no experience?
How you exactly? Now, speaking of that lack of experience, Jeff Saturday, the coach right now for Indianapolis coach, who was a
Knocked out
center
the park.
for them for about 10 years. And then this guy got the job after being a high school coach for about 5 minutes because the owner loves Jeff. Oh, Jeff, that's my guy. Brought him in as the
Jeff
head
played
coach,
5
and
minutes.
they are 1-5. And in his interim basis, they are 1-5.
And this is no knock against you, Jeff.
No knock. I like Jeff
But
Saturday.
you a victim of your circumstance. That you played for, you they man, but they gotta consider somebody else too. And I ain't knocking you. No, you go like we said. People gonna take who they comfortable with, who they know. No problem. Get comfortable with some of us.
Right.
Get
But
to
you
know us.
But that's the thing. They tell us we gotta have experience, but then you look at somebody like Jeff Saturday, he ain't gotta have no coaching experience. He just, you just give him the job because you think Jeff is a great guy and he can motivate men. That don't mean he gonna be a great leader and a head coach at that level so fast. Once you give him some time before you actually give him a job, like I said, I think Jeff Saturday is a great guy. However, you just giving him a job that fast when you got Reggie Wayne on the staff, when you got Kevin Mawai, who was a center for the Jets for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They said he's been there longer than anybody, and you don't give them guys an opportunity to be the head coach, but you give Jeff Saturday.
Excuse me, dog. Excuse me. Oh, there go Jeff. Thank you. Get out the way.
Oh, and guess what? Jeff Saturday, in your first year as an interim head coach, you were responsible for getting the biggest lead in NFL history, 33 points, to the Minnesota Vikings. So
watch that game.
that speaks to the lack of experience of this head coach. I'm like, well, he didn't play the game. Well, he coached it and he managed the game.
Yeah.
And I don't care what. When you the head guy, you get the success when you win, and you get most of the blame when you lose. So I ain't trying to hear that bull.
Yeah, no, all we saying is give us the same chance to fuck up some shit and fail and get that same opportunity.
You know what
we
I
can
mean?
get scored on like that. We can get blow out the water, but don't just hit us with the lack of experience. Or don't nobody get no experience till they get some experience.
And I'm going to tell you this, too. You know what I noticed? Black coaches and black head coaches, the only ones that you see become head coaches are ones that are defensive-minded.
Mm-hmm.
The only black head coach that I saw that was not defensive-oriented was Jim Caldwell. And that's because Tony Dungy was already in that seat, and then he referred to Jim Caldwell. And Jim Caldwell went 15-1 that next year, went to the Super Bowl, but he lost ultimately to no, they went to the Super Bowl, and they lost to the Saints. Drew Brees' first Super Bowl, 2009. But I never noticed them actually hire a coach that is black and an offensive minded. They always go defense. Mike Tomlin, defensive minded. Todd Bowles, defensive minded. Lovie Smith, defensive minded. I mean, what is it?
We always on the defense, they always on the attack. We're not smart enough. Remember,
That's what I think they're
black
trying to
quarterbacks aren't, smart. They just,
right.
That's
why black quarterbacks couldn't be quarterbacks for the lungs who weren't smart enough to run the plays.
Don't trust us to run no points up. We can't do that. Byron Leftwich doing a hell of a job over there.
Now,
and he
they
turned down
won
an
a Super Bowl
opportunity.
already. Eric
Yeah.
Bieniemy in Kansas City,
Why
another
he
guy.
ain't got no job?
Well, they said he got a lot of stuff in his
I
background,
don't
but you
give
know
a
what? So
damn.
these other
But so he can
coaches,
coach in the league though. You can coach in the league with
But
it on your
you can
background,
coach in
but you
the
can't
league.
be a head coach.
this is what I think is going to happen.
Bullshit.
Kansas City is going to end up giving Bieniemy the job once Andy Reid stepped down.
And
I think
that's fair
the-
because Andy Reid a bad motherfucker.
Andy Reid a bad motherfucker. I think he's getting up. He's getting up there in age, so I
Yeah,
feel
he
like
getting
Bieniemy
old.
will take over
Hang in
for
there,
Kansas
Andy.
City eventually.
I would hope so, man.
He gonna look out
deserve
for him,
that
bro.
shit.
I think they got to. I mean, why would you not want this guy who already knows the offense, has
Players
a
trust him.
pretty good relationship with Pat Mahomes, although I've seen some spats on the sideline,
He's gonna
has a pretty
have
good
that.
relationship. I mean, happy, yeah.
Yeah, give that man a chance.
Get that man a chance. But Byron Leftwich, what are you trying to say? He's not smart enough, articulate enough to be the head coach and
Man.
run the show?
Mad because he gonna be successful.
They don't
And
want to
then
give him an
y'all gonna
opportunity
have no
to be
excuses.
successful.
Can't make no excuses when a motherfucker winning.
Right.
They're gonna be like, oh well, why don't you want him to win? Like, win with us. Give it. All we asking for is opportunity.
We want an opportunity. Here's the
Yeah.
thing about Byron Leftwich. What they'll say is, yeah, he won 2 years ago Super Bowl with Tampa Bay because he had Tom Brady.
Yeah,
But now that he's losing, they're like, well, how can he not win? He got Tom Brady.
it's a team fucking game, dog. There's a lot of shit that goes into team sports.
It's a
It ain't
lot
just
of
the coach.
factors.
It ain't just the players. It ain't just the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, line.
I mean, hell, Tom Brady right now going through a divorce.
Yeah,
Amid a divorce, you
man,
think that man gonna be
it's
sharp
probably
and be able to go out
hard
there and
on
play
that
at his top
man.
ability?
Hard on that man.
Hard on that
He
man
only
mental, bro.
human. You know, and I ain't even no big Brady fan or like that, but I understand he only human. Like, they need to stop that. Like, motherfucker ain't have a bad day. He don't control every damn thing.
Right.
He don't play no D. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man, bro.
you know.
So it's just guys I feel bad for, like Byron Leftwich,
get that man a job. Even if he
Rico
turns around and say,
Ryans,
no, you need this job now. You the man.
Eric Bieniemy,
Give him a job.
hell, Jim Caldwell.
Give
He
him a
still
job.
hasn't got a job since then as
Yeah.
far as a head coach. Why not hire these guys? These guys are great
Give me one
coaches.
reason.
And it seems like a lot of these coaches that get opportunities, they got to be damn near 50 years old to get them if they're black. I
But
mean,
they
they had
hired-
hired the guy, David Culley. He was the
Mhm.
coach for Houston Texans last year before they hired Lovie Smith. He was a black coach. He was damn near 67 years old, gave him an opportunity, and he had no quarterback, no line, and then said, up, you're done.
Set
Another
him up for
coach.
failure. But they let Nathaniel Hackett, who was 42, get a job. Why can't a young brother get a job?
They do, bruh. The coach right now, the interim coach for Carolina right now, I think his name is Steve Wilkes. He was coaching at Arizona for 1 year, gave him fucking Josh Rosen as a quarterback with no line, and then they fired him after 1 year. Now he's got opportunity to get into the playoffs with Carolina. He's turned that whole season around. Yeah, they're 69, but that division they're in with Tampa Bay is weak because Tampa Bay is only like 7, and I believe they're 7 and 8.
Trash.
So Carolina is playing for the division at this point, so they can still win it if they they win the last 2 games. You know, they play Tampa Bay this week, which is a big game. But I want Steve Wilkes to win. He beat the Lions, which is my team, but I was okay because I was like, I want this brother to actually get an opportunity to be the coach
Man.
at Carolina because he is doing a hell of a job with them dudes. They don't have
Give him a
McCaffrey
nod.
anymore. They don't have the receiver that they had, Robbie Anderson. I mean,
Mhm.
pretty much they stripped everything from the studs. They fired their coach, Matt Rule, who just got a job in Nebraska. White
Quick.
guy.
Quick, fat boy. They hired him.
Man,
Motherfucker can't even sit down. They hire him.
how the hell do these white coaches get fired so fast and then they find another job?
And just a good old boy.
Just a good old boy.
Make him my way. Call him up.
I call
Got
it
a job.
tomfoolery.
Man, they wouldn't call me. Phone be just as dead. Hello?
And I'm
Hello?
like, do y'all hear me? I'm calling because I'm looking for a job.
we like
Click.
a job. We don't got no job. We hired somebody. No, you didn't. We
Bruh.
hired somebody.
And my thing is like, we can't even find an analyst job that fast when we get fired. Head coaches, you know what I mean?
Man.
It takes us a little time just to find a job on Fox.
I'm just saying.
I know a man, Rex Ryan, who was the coach for the Jets, got fired that season, couldn't beat those teams like the Dolphins and the Bills, and then turned around and got a job with the Bills that next season.
Flippity flop flip.
Tell me.
Rex name gold in the league.
So the Bills were so dumb. They're like, you know what? You did so bad at the Jets, and you got fired because we were beating y'all. I want you to be our coach. That's where we at.
We ain't allowed to fuck up. We got to be perfect.
Margin for error is like this.
We got to be perfect.
But that shit is about as big as this room.
They can slip.
You fucked up, that's okay. It's
be
like
drunk driving, get caught, sniff dope, do all that.
Bro.
We can't even blink. We walk across the street jaywalking. Nope, that's the reason you can't be a head coach. Sorry. You got caught jaywalking back in 71.
Man, it's crazy to me because there was an article that came out and it was calling out the owners of these teams and how much money and capital they were spending in dead money having to pay these coaches that are no longer coaching anymore after they fire them.
Yeah.
And they like, man, the Matt Rules of the world and all these guys that get fired, Hackett got fired today, and all the amount of money you're spending in dead money. Yeah, sure, money, but yet you're spending this dead money because they're no longer coaching, but you got to pay out their contract and buy them out.
The taxpayers should be going nuts.
It's like filing bankruptcy now when you have to buy a coach out. It's like, you know what? We messed this up, pay you off, bam. We get to start afresh with a new coach.
Insurance got to be going through. Who fucking sure is that? We need to research that. Who's an insurance in this and cover
Man,
it?
I don't want to see what the escrow
'Cause,
account would
woo!
pay these guys.
Good Lord.
Man, because it shows you that this is an organization that is being mismanaged for epic proportions. This is significant, the amount of money that's thrown around and given to these coaches. And I don't believe that the search for these coaches is thorough, because if it were, then I believe some of these black coaches would get opportunities, because you wouldn't look at the color of his skin. You would look at how he fits your organization.
Yeah.
Not on a personal level, but just
Players
on a
right.
level of leadership and the
There you
things
go.
you're looking for within this organization. It's just, to me, this is why you don't have success. This is
all.
why Pittsburgh has only had about 4 or 5 coaches in their history,
Mhm.
because they know how to pick a coach. They don't look at his color. They look at his credentials.
Yeah.
You know, you've had
Give 'em
Chuck
time to
Noll,
build.
Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin. I think
Man.
that's I think it's three or four coaches they've only had in their history.
Yeah.
That just tells you they know how to hire, and they look for credentials.
And they let you rock and figure you got to be doing some real dumb stuff just to get ran up out of there. They're going to let you try to build, you know what I mean?
Man,
Let them build.
let them build. The Rooney Rule was created by Rooney, who was, I believe, part of the organization in the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he was the owner, and he was the one who said these black coaches need more opportunities.
Yeah.
So the rule came from him.
He recognized.
And and Pittsburgh is a stalwart when it comes to one of the best organizations in
Yep.
football. Not only in football, but just overall. They're family owned, but they run it like a true business. And they're looking to create the best football, and they do it by hiring the best coaches. And that's why Mike Tomlin has been around for so long.
Yeah.
And they've won Super Bowls under all these coaches.
Exactly. He doing his job. Even on them 8-8 season, he doing his job. Players still handling their business. They ain't out
Yeah.
doing crazy. You know what I mean? Like, give us
He
a
is the
chance.
constant in that building. The
Yeah.
standard is the standard, like you said.
Give us a chance, man. Let us go ahead and rise.
Give these guys a chance.
Stop being scared. Like,
You
what I
give
mean?
Billy and Tom a chance. What you give,
Yeah.
Tyrone and
I
them a
can fail
chance.
just as good as they can fail. And
Man,
I'll gladly take my check on the way out too. You know what I mean?
for real.
I'm gonna go get some dubs for you. You know, get
Hey, man.
opportunity.
I think this has been a good segment.
Oh, most definitely, man. We're
Time
getting
to-
closer and closer to this new year. So
Yeah.
new opportunities we looking for.
Yeah, so we got to set something up. I think the next time we'll be on the show, we'll probably know the results of the college football playoff.
yeah,
The first semi games.
yeah. That's just
So-
what Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know we did our picks a while back.
yeah, I got the picks here. You want to review them
Yeah.
real quick?
So,
You know?
I already know what I'm rolling with.
When you said TSU was gonna roll Michigan, right?
No, I ain't.
sure you is? Oh, I better check
I
these
said
notes,
Michigan
man.
is going to win the game.
You know.
I'm going to say Michigan by 10. Michigan will beat TCU.
Oh, you
by
going
10.
down? You going down to 10 now? You was
What I
at
had
17 before.
No, we're going to get them. We're going to pop that.
Oh, you must be getting nervous.
No,
man.
I think the
But
first
that-
half will be tight. They might even have a 3-point lead, but I
Yeah.
think we'll make some adjustments like we always do. We'll get a field goal by Moody, and then we'll get a late interception by Will Johnson, and then we'll end up going up by 10, and we'll end up winning the game. I got Ohio State getting their ass whooped by Georgia. Georgia gonna put it on them boys.
Well, how
Man.
much?
They ain't ready for them Georgia boys.
Just say that.
Now, if
How
Ohio
much,
State
though?
gets the ball
You
on the
still
perimeter and
sticking
get the
with
ball
21?
out into Harrison Jr.'s hands, it could be closer than what people expect. But I just don't think Ohio State got enough up front to deal with them Georgia boys. So I got Georgia winning that game by 14.
Okay, so you went down. Now we have 14, huh?
Yeah, what was I at before?
21. 21.
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah,
do
I go
something
14.
for man? 14.
Ohio State scored a late touchdown, cut it to 14.
Yeah.
But the score won't indicate the beatdown that they're about to get. And for the national title, I think that's like on the 9th or something they play, or the 10th.
Yeah.
It's the 9th, I believe.
So you got Georgia and Michigan.
Georgia and Michigan. I got, Michigan winning the game
That's
by
how you
3.
throw. That's how you throw up Georgia.
Nah.
Oh,
nah.
oh, you of them.
Yeah, you're
You
them.
said by how much?
Michigan will win the game by 3
Okay, you kept
on a
that
late
consistent.
field goal.
Late field goal. I'm gonna put that down there.
And
Field
we
goal.
will win the game.
And then we gotta hear that too. Dun.
No, you gotta run.
Ah.
I'm
trying to sneak that in there.
Where my cup at? Hold on.
Oh, it failed.
Damn, it's upstairs.
Yeah, good.
Oh
place
shit,
for
hold
it.
on.
Oh, see.
Motherfuckers.
Technical
Yeah.
difficulties. Look at that. It's see-through, just like the UNL. I'm gonna stick with mine, man. I think Michigan gonna roll TSU by 3 touchdowns. I think Michigan, it's gonna be a close game at first, but I think going into that third quarter, about 8 minutes left, they gonna start
Yeah.
and start rolling their ass, and I think they gonna end up TSU gonna make one little last late effort touchdown, and I think Michigan's still gonna win by 21.
Okay.
I think they
what about
still
the
going
other
21.
game?
Georgia OSU, man, I'm sticking with it. That 17, man. I feel like it's gonna be another close. I feel like Georgia jumping out early. Ohio State gonna come back with the nah, bruh. I got CJ over here slanging it, banging, let it go. But I think Georgia gonna just keep wearing them down. Ohio State's gonna make a mistake, turnover, something like that.
Okay.
Still going 17.
Bet. So means you got Georgia and Michigan in the national title. So this is an opportunity for you to change your pick earlier from what you had made when you picked the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my pick. I think you of them
Okay.
is gonna really fuck this bag up and lose by. I'm going 15. I said 12, I'm going by 15.
You think Georgia's a 15-point?
I think they
Better
gonna get
team?
15.
We haven't lost this year, right?
Huh? Y'all ain't lost?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Dang. it
We
feel
definitely
like they
lost to Michigan State. We
So they
fucked
gonna take
that
that
ass.
first loss in the, yeah.
No, we know what we did lose. One of our guys lost because he was in the tunnel and he's trying to jump. He just get jumped by the 9 dude.
We taking our plea deal. We took our plea deal on this.
I heard
year,
y'all took
you
a
know
plea
what I
deal on
mean?
that shit.
Oh, snitches over there. Can't take a little little whoop down. You don't
Well, I
take
see
that.
Michigan State like to jump people. They don't like to do one-on-ones. But that's
They
cool,
was
though.
one-on-one, but he would get. He started that greasy business.
Hey.
We don't get in that. I'm gonna go 15. I think Georgia 15. I feel like Michigan gonna be giving them hell,
Yeah.
but I feel like they gonna shoot themselves in the foot.
I can see that. Somebody said
think-
JJ might throw an ill-advised pick.
Bingo. I think he's gonna throw it because Georgia got some cornerbacks, man.
They do. And we
they-
struggled with our
you
receivers,
know.
kind of. We didn't really complete downfield pass to that Ohio State game.
But
we
our
had
local
breakout
guy,
game,
man,
but I still feel like
Is our local guy gonna get some smoke this playoff series, Andrea?
I don't know, man.
Man,
They
what's
said he
going
got an
on?
ankle
Hey,
right now, man.
man, come on, man. I play with your daddy, man. Come on now. I'm rooting for you, young
I hope
buck.
so. I
Go
really
out
hope
there and
so.
Show out, man.
Michigan State. Now, what bowl?
We playing in the left out bowl. You know what I mean? You don't really. It's not nationally televised. It's at a local middle school field. I think it's played on.
They had the residential bowl.
Yeah, you know what I mean? At they residence. You know what I mean? We ain't getting no cereal bowl. We ain't getting nothing.
They said the bowls in these places.
It was, though. Damn. Hey, Tuck's still coming, though.
They said the
Believe
bowls
that.
in East Lansing.
Hey, we was at East Lansing High, getting it
Said
in.
East Lansing.
We played a semi-pro team from Grand Rapids. You know what I'm saying? We won by 30. You know what I'm saying? And we got 3 recruits out the game. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Tuck coming, though.
Hey, Michigan State gonna be the bowl game gonna be at Sexton High School.
No, your field ain't ready.
Hey, we out, man. We gonna be back next week, man.
Talk your ish, man.
Talk your ish.
AB and BG.
Oh shit.